What is up, my broskies? Welcome back to the Brosums channel, and today I'll be reviewing the Corsair Mark II, and I'll be giving you my final opinion on it at the end. So, without much further ado, let's get started with this review. So the first thing about this plane that you want to know is that it's a Navy plane. It got 650 caliber machine guns. You can equip 2 500-pound bombs and 8 rockets at the same time. So it's pretty heavily armed, and it's incredibly fast, even with the speed reduction update. It's still pretty fast. You'll see me hitting speeds upwards of 400 miles per hour, barely, but you'll be cruising near the 400 mile per hour zone. And when you start turning and stuff, maybe around like the 350, somewhere around there. But it's still really fast compared to the other planes, whereas you'll have the faster side of the Japanese planes going like around 500 kilometers per hour, which is about 300 miles per hour, a little more maybe. So you'll be going quite a lot faster than them, which is very nice. And if you're wondering what happened here, I don't know what happened with my gears, but they just broke on me while I was landing. So just be a little careful with your landings. Your gears might break on you like they did here. But we're starting again up here. We'll be taking off, and it takes off pretty smoothly. It's really easy to take off with, as you can see, because if you just put a little bit too much rudder in, you'll be skidding all over the place. But I give it a check for the durability. I just got shot with like a huge friggin' tank round right there, and it seemed that the plane's a-okay, so that's pretty nice. But if you feel like it, you can get him back with some rockets. But your tanks will probably take him out before your rockets even hit him. But that doesn't matter anyways. This is a review, isn't it? So the rockets don't do too much damage themselves to tanks, but they're great for aircraft that are trying to take off, or even just like spamming it on bases and stuff. With this guy right here, we're just going to go ahead and drop like 1,000 pounds of bombs on him, because why not? The one thing they added in the update was the crater that it creates, which makes it harder for planes to take off, and they'll tend to crash into them or something like that, and kill their friendly AA along with it. But maybe the bomb did that. It's also pretty good at ground attack, as you can see, with the rockets and the 50 cals and everything. It makes it pretty good. I keep my convergence at 400 meters for some nice close range action. And I prefer it like that. It makes it easy to snipe into these AA gunner nests and just hit targets at closer range and do maximum damage. So I like it at 400, but it's up to you how you'd like to do it. If you're a more dogfighter, you can even increase the range for sniping and stuff. But I don't prefer sniping. Like for head-on-heads and stuff, I like to keep it at 400. As you can see right there, pretty good for head-on-heads, because they'll head-on-head into a building if you hit them in the right spots. Let's go ahead and just attack Port Moresby again. If you're wondering why I'm attacking Port Moresby, it's for some reason not ours anymore. So, anyways, let's talk a little bit more about this plane. So the climb rate's pretty amazing actually, and the energy retention's on par. I think this is one of the best energy retention planes in the game. So you have a pretty nice climb rate along with the good energy retention. I mean, it just makes it the perfect dogfighter. It's probably easier to dogfight with this than the P-47N, just because it's a lot faster, a lot more maneuverable, and it's very versatile because you're able to turn with it, you're able to climb with it, dive with it. I mean, it just makes it a really superb fighter. Durability, it's okay. I really don't know what happened here either. Something hit me, but it might have been that Kate. I don't know. But our tank buddy took him out for us anyways. So your wings will pop off quite easily in this plane, although the canopy part is quite durable. The P-47N is definitely a lot more durable than this plane. So, I mean, if you get hit just a little bit, you're going to end up dying. But I think it plenty makes up for it with its performance and everything. Here, let's take a quick look at the inside of this plane. Now, this is probably one of my favorite interior designs for the plane so far. Each one just seems to get better and better. It just looks really nice inside. And we'll show more of that later. But here we're attacking a G4 Ram, and you'll see the 650 cals go to work right here. So we landed some good shots on his left wing right there, but we'll finish him off with just mowing him down here. And here's more of the first person. It just looks really nice. It just looks really well polished and really detailed. And like I said, we'll take more better look at everything later on when we hop into our realistic game, which unfortunately no one's playing. One downside with this plane is that no one ever really plays in the rooms that this plane requires. So it can be frustrating sometimes. You might be stuck with arcade, but hopefully later on more people start playing. And as you can see, this plane does a lot of damage, and the 400 meter convergence allows me to land my shots quite accurately on it, and he just dropped the torpedo. Alright, mission accomplished. I don't know, he just killed our entire fleet. Okay, that G4M just like, he got the job done. Wow, that was quite incredible. You can see the torpedo over there. When I was doing the footage, I didn't even realize it until I saw that streak right there. And I was waiting for him to burn up. I probably should just try finishing him off right there, but hopefully his torpedo misses. Ah, it hit. That was a really good hit too. Dang. I think the ship still survives though. No, it's dead. No, it was alive. It might have bounced. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, rockets, great for strafing airfields and G4Ms. This was a lot of fun hitting it up like that. Although it did seem to tank it out, unfortunately. They weren't the most accurate rockets because he was already like taking off by then. But we landed some bombs on the way, and we did some pretty significant damage right there. We're able to take out this Hind really easily because we're actually able to outturn the Hind, like I've said earlier. And they'll just pretty much rage quit on it. I'm joking. And then the G4M's over there, and if you want to know if I actually hit it, I did, as you can see with that assist kill. That dude stole my G4M kill, but there's no kill steals in this game, it's just teamwork. And there's a Hind over here. Now if you're wondering if I can catch up to that Hind, you better believe it, I caught up to that Hind pretty fast actually. Although the Hind is like a little bit slower than you, so it might take a little bit longer than if it was the Zero. Although you'll be easily able to outturn it and everything. And so far, it's just proved to be a really great dogfighter. Head-on-heads, you know, this might happen a lot. You might end up losing a wing. But if you thought I was dead, think again, because this plane can survive losing a wing. So if you're wondering, you know, if you're going to survive those head-on-heads, I mean, you could straight up kamikaze them and still stay alive. Although the landing might be a little sketchy, as you can see here. So, you know, just double-check your landings, make sure you do it right. Here we got a really weird looking G4M, and I'm just going to rocket it again at some long range sniping stuff. And it looks like one of those rockets landed a pretty nice hit. We'll drop bombs on the runway to make them stop taking off. And he took it to a whole new level by just straight up disappearing on me. Another Hind over here. Now Hinds, they just don't compete with this plane. Hinds, Ki-84s, any of the B&Z Japanese tree planes, they're not going to stand a chance. G4M doesn't stand a chance. The Zeros, that's when it gets a little bit more sketchy with an A6M3, although with their speed reduction, this plane pretty much just outperforms them. Now here's a better look at the cockpit. As you can see, it looks really nice, really detailed, a lot of thingamajiggers here. Got a lot of levers on that right side, which is kind of weird. I wish you could use them, but I don't know what they do, so we're not going to touch any of those buttons. Then we're just going to drop some bombs here. And I don't think I've ever made a bomb dropping tutorial, and if I did, I don't know where it is. So it's not too hard to drop bombs with this thing. The grouping's pretty tight, so it's good for just attacking naval forces and stuff, and just strafing with rockets. So it's a pretty powerful plane. It's pretty much like a better version of the P-47N when it comes to dogfighting, but then worse when it comes to ground attack because you don't have, you know, the better armaments and stuff. But it fares pretty well against ships, as you can see, just tearing these things up. And I mean, most American planes can do this as well, but this plane's fast, and you know, you can take off at the carriers, which is a benefit of it. So you can get to your target a lot faster, and you'll even have places to land if you feel like it. Feel like landing for some reason. But as you can see, it just tears up these ships, and one plane can pretty much destroy an entire Navy fleet right here. But yeah, I tried landing at the carrier. It didn't work out too well. If you take a little bit more time when doing it, though, it's not impossible. It's just I failed there. I'm just going to rocket the Zero over here. And that was a pretty nice rocket kill. He pretty much just got wrecked. And we'll try dropping some more bombs on Vince Chaffin over here. We'll give it some lower health so we can maybe land there and do some more damage. That one bomb, though, did quite a lot of damage, though. It did 4%. So I guess it wasn't that much, but you'll be seeing like 500-pound bombs doing between like 4 to 5%. I don't know if how you land it makes a difference, but I don't think it matters. We have an A6M2 over here, which is a plane that you might want to be a little bit more cautious about trying to outturn. Although you can pretty much do some high and low yo-yos with it and just try to tail behind it, going head on heads. But pretty much if you just fight in the vertical with this plane, you're unstoppable. We have an A8 gunner here. So okay, we missed pretty bad. And our wings torn off. We are definitely dead. Nope. Nope, we ain't dead, guys. This plane just clutches it. I mean, every single time I lose a wing, I'll survive until I gotta land. We're trying landing on a carrier here. I kind of rushed it, though, because this A6M3 was kind of behind me, shooting at me. And I just lost control and completely missed the carrier, which was quite unfortunate. Here we're going head-on-head with Ki-43 Premium, it looks like. So yeah, this plane, it doesn't stand a chance. Except it did tear that part off. Now, if this ever happens to you guys, I mean, this plane, it loses pieces left and right. So you gotta be careful with it. It looks like he lost a wing though. He's going down because he doesn't have our wing saving ability. But if you lose that rudder part, you're just gonna spin out like crazy. And I was trying to make it so that I stalled enough to where it'd be a smooth, you know, like maybe just a smooth landing, like a feather landing on the ground. But that's not how it worked out. Basically, if you lose certain parts of this plane, it's going down. But that's with all planes. I tried rocketing it here, and I got a bit too close to my rockets and kind of tore my wing off. And if you thought I was dead, think again. I don't die in this plane, guys. So overall, what do I think of this plane? It's amazing. Great dogfighting. The one complaint I have is the speed wobble. You'll be getting a lot of speed wobble, and that just throws your aim all the way off, and it's super annoying. So that's my only complaint with it, but other than that, they did nothing wrong. This plane's really good, really OP. You won't have any problems with it. I never had any problems with it. And if you're wondering what I did there, I was trying to take off my other wing because I thought I'd stabilize everything, but it didn't really work out like that. This plane's a beast. If you're looking for a beast fighter, this is it. It's dog fights all the way. I mean, I don't even know what else to say about it, guys. I highly recommend this plane. This is probably the best plane in the game. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. It's the best plane in the game. Although it does have its flaws when it comes down to maybe parts flying off of it and maybe the speed wobble issue and maybe the landing issues and stuff. I mean, you're pretty much not going to die in this thing. I mean, you'll be outrunning every plane in the game, almost out-turning all the planes in the game. You got really nice armament, you got bombs, you got rockets. Basically, it's a very versatile plane. Highly recommend it. If you don't have it yet, make sure you check it out. And with that, guys, that'll conclude my review. Don't forget to check out the brosfilms.com shop or brosfilmsyt.com shop, guys. See what we got over there and consider becoming a broski. And yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, bye-bye. See you, broskis, later.